Hello everyone. In the previous video, we've taken a look at steps in starting a business. We've taken an overview of a number of steps, about 8 to 9 steps that are involved in starting a business. We've also seen that, it's not necessary to start a business from scratch. Whenever you say I'm starting a business, does not mean that you're necessarily starting a business from scratch. But if you are, then in this series of videos we're going to take a look at each step one by one. So the first step involved in starting a business is marketing research. I'm Dr. Mariam Narona and I'm going to take you through this process of marketing research for starting a new business. So let's begin by defining market research. The process of gathering, analyzing, and interpreting information about a market, about a product or a service to be offered for sale in that market, and about the past, present, and potential customers for the product or service. Research into the characteristics, spending habits, location, and needs of your business target market, the industry as a whole, and particular competitors you face. All this is marketing research. Now, it's a very comprehensive process. If you consider what all do you study when you say you're doing marketing research, you are studying the entire market, which comprises existing and potential customers, your competition, your likely competition, changes in trends, fashion, design, technology. You do a survey of the prices, the expectations that people have, where are your target audience located, what are their shopping habits, what are their incomes, what is their profile, how do they think, how do they look, how do they act, what is their age group. And not only your target market, but you study the industry as a whole. So if you take a company like, say, a paper boat, which sells traditional Indian drinks, and you take a company like Raw Pressery, which makes fresh cold pressed juices from fruits and vegetables, and you see the entire drinks industry. In that, you have a number of carbonated drinks, you have a number of players in the fruit drinks segment. So this is how you carry out marketing research. It's a holistic, comprehensive look at different aspects of the market where you hope to operate. Now, obviously, you carry out market research because you have some questions in mind, and these are ideally questions which every new business owner should ask himself or herself. What is the demand for this particular product or service you have in mind? That is, are there any people who will desire your product or service, who would be willing to pay money to buy your product or service, whose problem will be solved by purchasing your product or service? What is the market size of your potential target market? That is, how many people would be interested in your offering. So if you are an automobile manufacturer, you may have many people, thousands, millions of people who are interested in your product. But if you are a person who customizes cars, then you would have a handful of people interested in your product. Then what are the economic indicators you need to consider? That is, what is the income range you are targeting and the employment rate. So if you look at the pandemic, which is we are all going through right now, you'll see that income of people may be stagnant or it may be declining. In some cases, people who have lost their jobs, they may have no income, and the employment rate may not be looking up for some time. So we can see that there's a prediction that okay, restaurant, hotel industry, all these might not revive for a long time to come. So you need to look at these factors, whether people will be able to buy a product or service. Then of course, if you consider right now, even the lowest income group person would need to buy masks, they would need to buy soap, they would need to buy sanitizers, they would need to probably buy some supplements to boost their immunity. So some kind of demand will be there even if economic indicators are not very favorable. Then location, so where do your customers live and can your business reach them? So this is why in the pandemic, players like Swiggy, they started delivery through Swiggy Genie because people needed that service, and even though that was not their core offering and their unique selling proposition. Then you had businesses like Dunzo, which did very well because they could help you to pick up stuff and move within the city, which otherwise you were not able to do so yourself. Also, a lot of e-commerce players, big players who sell grocery items, they were finding it difficult to reach customers, and they cancelled orders during very strict lockdown. So these factors you need to consider. Then market saturation, so how many options are already available to consumers? This is something you need to look at when you are coming up with a product or service. Like today you see there are so many smartphone options available to customers, and you have really low end ones also, and so a smartphone is within the reach of say a majority of the population, thanks to certain brands or certain countries which make cheaper options available. Then pricing, so what do potential customers pay for these alternatives? So that is why it's like these kind of lower end smartphones, and if you take the high end ones, like you take an iPhone, or you take a Samsung Fold mobile which is coming out right now, you need to consider that for whom your product is meant, and what are people paying generally for the alternatives to this. This doesn't really mean that you need to price your product low, but if you are targeting the lower end or the bottom of the pyramid, then you would need to follow a market penetration pricing where you price really low. Or if your product is a niche product, then of course you can follow market skimming pricing strategy, where you charge a really high price, and because your product, you don't see it as a product for the common man. So all these questions are to be answered by market research, and any astute businessman will ask these questions before he or she starts his or her venture. Now, market research involves the collection of data. Data may be primary and secondary data. It may be qualitative and quantitative data. So primary data is always collected first hand. So if it is an entrepreneur who's carrying out a survey, or he's hired somebody to carry out a survey. So I have friends who started a papad manufacturing unit, and before they started, they went around to all the papad manufacturing businesses, factories, units. Then they had a look there. They also bought items of the market, tried to see how they were, assess them in terms of taste, and how the healthy they were, things like that. So this would be primary data. And secondary data is when you look at statistics of, say, okay, which are the biggest players in the papad business in India, and let me just look at their sales statistics, or how much raw material they need every month or every week, and how are they performing. So this would be secondary data. Then qualitative and quantitative data. Again, qualitative data would be related to taste, preferences, likes, dislikes, things which you cannot really quantify. Quantitative data would relate to number of units manufactured, number of units sold, number of defective items, number of returns, things like that. So when you are carrying out market research, you would be needing primary and secondary data, and you would be dealing with qualitative and quantitative data. Now, very quickly, let's just discuss some methods of primary data collection: surveys, questionnaires, focus groups, and in-depth interviews. These are the ways in which you can collect primary data. Now, survey can be you carry it out, you go into the field and carry it out yourself, or you carry out an online survey. You prepare questionnaires, you administer them personally, you ask the respondents to fill them in. These questionnaires also may be shared via email or by direct mail. Then focus groups, where you select a certain group of people, like supposing you want to make a product which is suitable for teenagers or college going youth. Then you prepare a focus group and you study them. Then in-depth interviews, where you carry out personal interviews for data collection. Now you may also collect secondary data which is published by companies, organizations, research agencies, and enrich your research by all this information which you collect. So market research ideally equips you with a lot of information about your potential market, your competitors, the needs, wants, expectations of your customers. So I hope you found this little video on market research useful, and with that we end the first step in the process of starting a business, which was market research. Thank you.